and welcome to round 4 with Zur the Enchanter in Modern. Snapkeep. So I go Upkeep, River of Tears, Inquisition. Okay, so we've got to play a match now. Our opponent's Cruel Control? Jeez. Okay, so there's IOK, Bolt, Remand, K Command, Augur, Vent, Falls. So I like taking Remand here, I think. I don't really care about my Jace getting bolted necessarily. I do care about my Lingering Souls getting traded for. I don't think Augur Bolus is a huge deal either. It's definitely not one of the black cards. It's between... I don't think it's... Well, it can't be Augur because of the command. We'll just get it back later and get a 2-for-1. It's not IOK because they don't have black. Remand is the or Bolt is the option if I think sticking Jace matters a bunch, which I really don't with double souls in hand. And Remand is the choice if I care about Lingering Souls here. Av. Okay. Fair enough. Opponent doesn't really have a good option here. I guess they take the Jace, but like, then their cards just suck. I'm sitting on some Lingering Souls nonsense too. Nice K Command Lightning Bolt. Thank you, sir. Probably don't want Rips here. Don't want Stonies. Don't want Timelies. Leyline's not horrific. Whoa! That is an aggressive call, sir. I want to get a blue-white here, just so I have max odds of geisting them next turn. You're just going to let me flashback souls on turn 2? I will gladly accept your offer. It's like Inquisition added a mana to my mana pool. It's supposed to do that for my opponent. They're the Delve player. How did they do that? How did that happen? So I know there's an Bolts. No Augur. They have 5 cards, and they just got a leak, right? Leak. So I should draw land. That's disappointing. Force their hand, though. Then they can trade a leak for half a souls, and then just die to the rest of them. This is almost surely getting bolted immediately, getting attack for 1. Land? Ugh. There's a non-zero argument for pathing my own creature here. I actually like that a lot. Yeah, I don't mind that. I want Swamp. Chose wisely. And then this gets leaked. I know opponent has command and vent left over. Oh no, they played the vent, so they just have command that I know about. Just fine. Geist is probably down here. Let's get in our 1 damage before we can potentially get electrolyzed as a 2 for 1. Souls. That's a good draw. Maybe I should have souls from hand as a result. I got a little greedy leaving up the path there, I think. Cryptic? Counter something? It's probably the one I should have cast last turn, too. And a 2 open mana, I can't get remanded, whereas this turn I can get, like, Cryptic and something else. I was debating between Remand and Leak. Remand's definitely correct. Jeez. That's... I guess I would have gotten remanded twice anyways. Well, I want to know what's going on here with that before I attack. I think... Am I okay applying pressure here? Or do I have to cool the Jets? Let's wait a turn. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. I can't block Snapcaster because of Kolagon's command anyways. I guess I'm locked in on this now, though. If we get K command on the rebuy, that's not the worst in the world. Okay. Okay, that's a pretty clutch draw. Let's jam in there. I have the negate for the K command. Seven's a pretty safe life total, too. Just definitely not allowing that to happen. Opponent has cruel ultimatum, that's my life. That's cute. That's good beats. I get back snap. Snap bolt. 7's still safe. Another hand is snap and unknowns. So I can go to 7 here. Best draw on my deck is Plains or Iganjo Castle. That's neither. I will force my opponent into a spot where they might be dead on board, though. So they'll K command, kill one, make me discard. It's actually tight between Steel and Zur. I don't really want to cast Zur this game. Jace first and see what my opponent does. Okay. Then we'll path before they can untap into Cryptic mana. Well, here's to them not drawing stupid cruel ultimatum. They terminated my O2 blocker. No! That's not what I want them to draw. What's the opposite of that? Oh, Vision's Oh. This is very bad for me. This is just... Oh my gosh. What just happened to me? Okay. This is just the biggest beating. Well, I have a plan. It is cast Steel of the Godhead. I'm going to leave this island in my hand in case my opponent draws another Kolaghan's Command so I can insulate my draw step. Stupid enchantment does it. Bing. So Rest in Peace might be okay. I don't mind a couple Leyline here. Not huge on any of my cards, really. Spreading Seas draws a card, it stays. I'm going to cut down 2 path. And if I'm boarding in rips, I'm going to board out at least 1 Jace. Ghostly Person is just Garbo. Oh gosh, I have D-Sphere in my deck too? Oh my gosh, why are these cards here? Night of Soul's Betrayal is bad because that's just my best card. I guess D-Sphere answers like random opposing nonsense. Yeah, Jace loots. Even if we're in rip land. I guess I could set up Timelies for creatures. That's the only other thing worth considering. I don't want a ton of ley lines. I like 2. I don't really want a ton of rips. I actually only want 1. So we're going to play one of those. And this looks okay. Spreading Seas is also quite bad, but whatever, that's life. Maybe we'll get him. It's possible I want more Timelies in my deck on the draw, too. Though I guess it's really bad against Augur Bolas, so we'll just leave it at 1 for now. Man, that endgame was just great. What did your card do? +1/+1, lifelink. Almost Bogle's playable. This is a pretty clear keep to me for multiple reasons. One, my opponent was mulliganing to 6, but now they're going to 5. So this Inquisition was magnified. But also I have the redraw on the Spreading Seas. So I have like a lot of turns to get somewhere with this. Wow. So we've got Augur, 2, Command, and Snap. So I think the pick's actually just Augur. Because I have the rip for the other cards. No! As they probably scried the top. They put top, bottom, Mr. Land Drop. So they did scry the top. I would like a land. This is embarrassing. That's a good target for Tarpit. No! This is terrible. Everything's falling apart. So we know there's 2 commands and a snap in our opponent's hand. So we're not under a ton of pressure. This is probably a card they have to take here. Ooh. Come on. This okay, visions. Top. That is horrific for us. That might be more horrific. Seal of the Godhead. We do not need you this game. Okay, oh my gosh. Oh, this is horrible. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get Kolaghan's commanded too? Why did my opponent wait on that? That's actually just like a very awkward play for them to have made. Cannot let that resolve. I want my land to be plains or island? Sadly, I think it has to be plains. Oh my gosh, that was their card too? Oh my gosh. What happened? Oh. Yeah, sure, why not? So there's a K command. Yeah, I gotta do this. It's possible I should upkeep that, but we'll see. The horrible part is I'm not even out of the game yet. Like, if I draw a blue source, I get to kill. What just happened? A Fulminator Mage? Sure, why not? Oh my gosh. I'm boarding into another rest in peace. Oh my gosh. This is something else. 6-2-1 dead. That's fine. That was brutal. I don't like that. Leyline, eh. Miser's one of, I guess. I still like that card. Not a huge fan of that card, actually. You can get back in here, Leyline. D-Sphere is quite bad, too, so maybe Timely's better than another D-Sphere. Path is actually better than D-Sphere because it kills Creeping Tar Pit. I can still Zerg for the one D-Sphere if I have to. Okay. Would like to play first. This hand is not great, but I accept what it is doing. And I'm just gonna haphazardly fetch a non-basic. And by that I mean this is like classic Legacy Wasteland logic. Where I think I want another blue source, but where your hand isn't ever gonna beat Wasteland anyways. So there's no point in fetching, or you're never gonna brick Wasteland in any reasonable fashion. So there's no point in playing around it. You may as well just like make it so there's no chance of it ever cutting you off of anything. Sure. That's not an auger. I'm willing to give my opponent one turn here in exchange for that being countered. That's fine by me. That's going to fetch a Godless Shrine. this turn, ooh, that changes things a little bit. If I hadn't drawn that, I would have Geist right into open mana, because it cuts off Snapcaster next turn. So like, I Geist into 3 so that my opponent can't like Snap Remand it. So what? There's 2 Snap, Sea Squall. If I can type, I can spell Squall, a Relic, and a Tar Pit, and an IOK that does nothing. So definitely supposed to take the Snap, then play the Jace to bait the other Snap. That way I don't get my Geist remanded. Now I just have to probably Tar Pit coming down here. Not a Tar Pit yet. Well, it's very fortunate that that is the only land my opponent could have cast that turn or played. Definitely Geisting. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to do this here too. Just get that in under the Counter Squall and the Remand. Though it does leave my opponent with Creeping Tar Pit mana up. Took 2. Well, I'm just going to cast this one. So that takes out that. I know their hand is Inquisition and Counter Squall, or Inquisition and Remand. Well, in case I messed something up and forgot, doesn't really matter. They get to filter or whatever, but that's fine. The Remand would have taken care of the second half of that Souls anyways. So I know Inquisition Remand. Can't not jam. Especially because if they flash into Snapcaster, I'm okay with them trading. Turn target permanent, draw a card. And now that they're an extra card deep, I'm okay giving them another peek with a Remand here. Because I think I just want to maximize my odds of sticking a threat next turn. If they hadn't cast the Cryptic Command and hadn't gone a card deeper, I would have put them on the top of their deck in terms of getting answers. If we get Cruel Ultimatum, I'll be really sad. I know there's an Inquisition in their hand, and that's it, I think. Well, that makes my turn so much easier. My turn gets pretty bad if they have Snapcaster, though. F6 squee. I will rearrange blockers. Really? So they have another snap in hand? They have all four snaps? Oh, they probably have K command. Okay, that's fine. Another cryptic would also be brutal. I was kind of honestly expecting a. Ooh, that's okay though. I was expecting a cryptic command to bounce this and then get Inquisition on the follow up. Okay. Well, I'm not casting my threat, I think. But I like that. And my opponent had to target themselves with a discard. That's fine. So I know they have two cards. I know neither of them. Okay, bottom is very good for me. Life tools are 2 to 9, and they have two cards. Again, I'm not casting my threat, I think. A lot of this like whole thing where I'm just kind of jamming it has to do with the fact that um, I'm just like playing around like a singular like I'm playing as if like their card that they just drew for the turn is good. Ugh, that's not good. Um, when in like practice they could have easily like just drawn the good card the next turn or whatever. K command gets back. Is there a snap in the graveyard? No. Gets back Fulminator, which is a problem. But that's fine, I guess. Let's not take damage. And then I think I just have to gun this here. That's enough. Okay. Well. So basically, in a lot of the spots, I'm like the top card of the deck that they drew for their last turn would have been good to make me want to Inquisition, but then they just have another shot at drawing their card, so it doesn't really change anything. Um, and then like I end up at these spots where I get to have negate Inquisition back if they don't have it. There's possibly a spot in that mid game where I could have done something slightly different. Like I think the big potential mistake was running the Zur into the remand and giving my opponent an extra card to find something. But at the same time, I was trying to like bash through like if the Geist died to like whatever they had, I needed to be able to bash through the remand. Reasonably close. We were a little land light, but that has to do with opposing Fulminator Mage. And that's, this deck's mana base is weak to attacks on non-basics. It's very bad against Blood Moon. There's also the possibility that the turn I baited... I guess no. So the turn I baited the Relic activation effectively with the Path and everything, and it got a Lingering Souls. Not only did I know my opponent had a remand, but it was because I ate the counter squall there that I was able to attack in Path, so that was fine. Oh well.